we added jQuery and a reference to JavaScript on the page. Even though jQuery is loaded, we're not doing anything with it yet. And all the stuff I'm going to teach has nothing to do with jQuery right now. So you could comment this out if you wanted to, or just know literally nothing we're writing has anything to do with jQuery library specifically. Now, what I want you guys to do is open up power.js, and I'm just going to run through and kind of create a bunch of different JavaScript things to get you familiar with the syntax. We'll start off with variables. And what we'll do is variables are split into two steps. Step one, you declare a variable, and you do that with var, and we can call it whatever we want. So we'll call this my first variable, and you end a statement or a line in JavaScript with a semicolon. Technically, that is optional. I would recommend always do that for now, just for the sake of learning and kind of getting used to things. And let me make a comment here about what we're doing, just so we're following along. So we just did variable declaration, but it has no value. There's kind of no reason for doing that right now. We need to assign our variable like a value so we can do stuff with it. And that's called variable assignment. And I'm just gonna give it a value, and I'm assigning with the equal sign of whatever I want. And we're done. We refresh here. Nothing's happening though. That's because we haven't done anything with the variable, even though this exists on our web page now. Now, I'm going to just, for debug purposes, print this to the console. If you don't know what the console is, if you're from HTML and CSS land, you've probably been messing with this elements thing. Console is a tab on here that will allow you to kind of debug your JavaScript. And what I'm doing is I'm just passing the variable to my console so I can see on load that do something with my variables versus saying like replacing HTML or creating an alert box, which is kind of the old way people used to debug. Used to create an alert box or something like that. So all I'm doing is printing it down here, and we'll cover kind of outputting JavaScript a little more later. The really cool thing about variables are you don't have to do this in two steps. You can do it like this, var my second variable. So we're doing declaration and assignment at the same time. And I'll just say totally cool, dude. And what I'll do is log it to my console. And what you can see here is the console will take multiple parameters, as many as you give it, so that you can kind of debug that way. So when I refresh the page here, we'll see whatever I want with totally cool, dude. And we have whatever I want, totally cool, dude. This is our first JavaScript kind of thing that we've actually done together. Now, there's something I need to kind of explain about assignment, and specifically this. This is a string. This is really common. You'll be doing a lot of those. But you can do strings and numbers when you're assigning values to a variable. For example, I'm creating a variable called I am a string equals I am a string, and I'm just going to write this out real quick. And then we could do I am a number. And a number, you're not going to put quotes like this. Now, a number, we could just do 1, 2, 3 is left like that. And there's no quotes. But what's really important here, and I want you guys to follow this, is this is a type of a string. This is a type of a number, but I am also a string, and let's delete this. This is a string. So we have string, number, string. And I hope you guys can kind of see the difference. For the most part, when we get farther along to kind of talking about like logic with JavaScript and doing statements, this is going to matter a little bit. But for now, just kind of keep that in mind. And just for sake of final demo here, let's log everything and just see what it looks like. Cool. So you can see the console is actually giving us a little bit of an indicator that this second one is a number. That's all. That's all there are to variables. Go on to the next lesson and we'll kind of expand on what we're talking about here.